Okay, so here we are downtown at Robson Square, and we're doing Tania Street Talk, and we're going to be hitting the streets and asking people random questions. So come with me. Who's the mayor? Who's the mayor of Vancouver?
Gregor Roberts.
You're good. Do you think that we have too much importance on the bike lanes in Vancouver?
Mike, can I step in there?
Sure.
Not at all. I started cycling a year ago, and I think the bike lanes are awesome.
So go, Gregory.
Go, Gregor. Yeah. If we could actually remove infrastructure that was designed for cars and still sustain with bike lanes, why not?
So if there's anything you could change about Vancouver, what would it be?
If there's anything we can change?
The rainy winters?
Yeah.
Well, we can't change that, though.
It's true, it could change.
Yeah, the rainy winters. You know what? I'm quite impressed with the city right now. I've seen a lot of construction and things are good. I don't know, lower the housing costs, maybe make more affordable housing for some of the people on downtown east side.
Okay.
For others to have affordable housing.
Do you think that prostitution should be legal?
100%.
Why?
Safer for the sex trade workers.
Save it for the sex trade workers. Well, do you think that it is a trade? I mean, you don't see us trying to help plumbers and electricians exit the trade, do you?
Well, it's legal to be a plumber and a, what'd you say, electrician?
But we don't try to help them exit the trade. So is prostitution really a trade?
What?
But
Because you're trying to help someone exit a trade doesn't make it a trade or not.
That's what I mean. He called it a trade.
Yeah, but it's sex trade. It is
sex
a
trade worker.
Because you're trading something for something else.
Are you? Do you think it should be legal?
The nature of it? Yeah, 100%.
Why?
Because I think it's a waste of dollars. It's a waste of tax dollars trying to fight for someone who's an adult doing something. I think they should focus on make it legal for people who are over the right age.
Okay.
But then make so they can focus their efforts and energy on fighting people who are like trafficking, people who don't want to be doing it.
So how would you feel if your mother was working in a brothel?
I don't know. My mom's not.
How would you feel she was?
I don't know. She's not. I couldn't really tell you that.
Do you have a daughter?
Pretty emotional answer. No.
Oh, wow. What about this guy? Can I ask you a question? You look like you're in shape and you're fit. Come here. I want to ask you a question. People aren't so friendly here in Vancouver. Are you friendly, Vancouverite? Okay, so one of the types of questions I'm trying to ask Vancouverites is why do people say that Vancouverites are so snobby? But I'm trying to stop every fifth person is saying that they don't want to be interviewed, but then you say you will, and you're from Alaska. That's why.
Yes.
Okay, so visiting Vancouver from Alaska, do you think that Vancouverites are snobby?
No, I think they've been very warm and hospitable.
What brings you to Vancouver?
I've got some art in the art gallery here at the Bill Reed Gallery.
Okay.
It's called Res Erect.
What's that mean?
Aboriginal erotica.
Oh, okay.
Come check it out.
Okay. What's your faith?
What?
What is your faith?
My religion?
Yes.
Oh, I'm Baha'i.
Okay. So what is your favorite thing about Vancouver?
I think that it's got both the ocean and mountains nearby. That's my magic combination.
Would you say it's a very beautiful, clean city?
Gorgeous.
Is there anything that you change about it?
No.
Who's the president of the United States?
Barack Obama.
Well, who runs Canada?
I know this guy. I know it.
Who runs Alaska?
The Prime Minister.
Who's running Alaska?
Who's running Alaska? Me.
What's your faith?
I have no faith.
You're agnostic?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Who's the mayor of Vancouver?
Oh God, I don't know. I really don't know.
Who's the president of the United States?
Obama, of course.
Well, then who runs Canada?
Oh, Harper. He's a dick, though.
Why?
Because he's pretty much letting the oil companies freaking have their way with the country. He's really ramping up penalties and criminalizing people that shouldn't be criminalized. He's cutting healthcare. He's cutting school funding, and yeah, he's just basically an all-around dick, in my opinion.
Who's Christy Clark?
She's the premier, isn't she?
Well, you know a lot about America. What about your own country? Are you American?
No, I'm Canadian.
So why is it that people always know everything about the United States but not their own country when it comes to politics?
Whatever's on the news is basically what I'm regurgitating, so.
Do you think that prostitution should be legal?
Oh, I don't know. I've never tried it, so.
You've never purchased a prostitute?
No, or been one, so no.
Do you watch porn?
Who doesn't?
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, well then there you go. There, you answered my question.
So you watch porn?
Of course.
And you think it's okay?
Yeah, of course.
Would you say that maybe the women in porn are in prostitution as well because they're getting paid for sex?
That's a very good point. That is a very good point.
How would you feel if your mother was in porn?
What kind of a question is that, man? Really? Really?
How would you feel? Well, you watch it, so it's obviously somebody's mother that's in porn, right?
I wouldn't watch her.
How would you feel if you turned on a porn movie and you saw your mother?
I'd probably have to give her a call and say we need to talk.
So then you think there's something wrong with doing it?
No, if it's what makes her happy, I guess. But
So if your mother told you she was happy performing in porn, you'd be okay with it?
power to her. All the power to her. Go, Mom.
Who runs BC?
I don't know whether the Liberals run it or I don't know who runs BC anymore, quite frankly. The
Why-
politicians notwithstanding.
Well, why is it that people that are Canadian seem to know more about America than they do about Canada? Why do you think that is? TV, media?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
They're a pretty dominant power in every sense.
Do you think that we are too lackadaisical on the marijuana laws?
No.
Do you smoke pot?
I used to dabble when I was a kid, but I don't anymore.
Why not?
Just doesn't interest me.
Hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
Corey.
Corey, where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver.
Vancouver. How long you lived here?
13 years.
13 years. So do you think that Vancouver has too much importance on the bike lanes?
No, not at all. I think we need more environmentally friendly options.
Do you ride? Do you use the bike lanes?
Yep.
Yeah. So do you think that Vancouver is too liberal on pot smoking?
No, not at all.
Do you smoke pot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're all for it.
Of course.
Yeah. Do you think that the downtown east side should be relocated to Surrey?
No, not at all. I think we need to find more affordable housing. We need to find more options for treatment, and we need more people to be able to see that as a growing community and help them transition.
Okay. Are you all for the safe site injections?
Yes.
So what do you feel about a guy that's taking anabolic steroids? Maybe he's a competitive bodybuilder who tries to go into the pharmacy and get needles for his steroids, and he can't do that, but then you can have people go and have safe site injections for the heroin.
Well, I would hope there would be certain things in place that can't be taken advantage of, and if there isn't, that should be put in place before that they even have a chance to take advantage of something like
So
that.
do you think that the steroid users should be able to walk into a pharmacy and get needles?
No, not at all.
But you think that it's okay to get needles for heroin?
Well, an addiction is different than,
Steroid's an addiction.
well, then it should be treated as an addiction.
Okay. Do you think that prostitution should be legal in Canada?
It's a dicey, I look more at what is causing the person to put their body in that situation, and that should be treated.
But right now there's a court case in the Supreme Court of Canada that we're waiting for a decision on whether or not it should be legal. Do you think it should be legal?
Like I said, it's a dicey situation. No one can tell you what you should and should not be able to do with your body. But at the same time, if these girls are putting themselves in these situations, what led them to that? And maybe they need some sort of counseling to... I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what they're doing. I'm just saying maybe there's a reason why they're doing the work that they're doing, and they don't value their body enough or themselves enough, and then maybe that's what they need to have treated.
What about for the women that say prostitution's empowering?
Then I have no say yes or no whether what you would want to do with your body.
Have you ever purchased a prostitute?
No.
Do you watch porn?
Sometimes.
Okay, that's honest. What's your favorite thing to do in Vancouver?
Watch TV, listen to music, go to the movies.
Okay, what's your faith?
Well, I'm kind of on my own path right now. A little bit of everything.
So, one God, one faith, what?
One God with lots of gods.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
I also have channeling going on.
You're channeling.
I'm a channeler.
Okay. Are you trying to channel me right now?
No.
Okay. So how do you do channeling?
Well, mainly Pamela Anderson and Madonna channel through me every day.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Tell me more.
Like right now, Pamela Anderson can start talking to me through me to you.
How's that?
Hi, I'm Pamela Anderson. I just want to say hi through Bob to you while you're doing this interview.
Are you on some kind of drug right now?
No, this is just me, Pamela Anderson.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Hold it. Before I go, I just want to say this is me, Madonna. I want to sign in before I go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you going to sing a Madonna song?
No,
Why not? Madonna's channeling through you right now, so sing a Madonna song.
Bob's on strike.
Do you think that marijuana should be legal?
Yes, I do.
Would you smoke weed?
Yes.
Very honest. Do you think that prostitution should be legalized?
Sure.
Why?
Because it's still going to happen, whether it's legal or not. And I think that laws that make things illegal that people are still going to do serve to only make people disrespect the law.
So what would you say if I told you that over 76% of women that were involved in prostitution on any level were diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, which is 14% higher than a prisoner of war on the front lines in combat? Would you then think it should be legal?
Well, I don't think the nature of the reasoning for the post-traumatic stress disorder and the legalization really, one doesn't have necessarily anything to do with the other.
Are you married?
Yes,
How would you feel if your husband purchased a prostitute?
that would be a problem.
What would you do to him? What would you do to him if you caught him?
I would hang him high.
Hang him out to dry.
Yeah.
Do you think that we should have safe site injections for needles?
Places where people can inject safely?
Yes.
Sure.
What about just getting them help and getting them off the drugs?
Well, I mean, that would be
Even better?
Yes, that would be ideal. Yeah.
Well, you know, as I travel around the world as a public speaker, I myself find when I go to different cities and countries, some people are friendly, some people are not. A lot of people tend to say that Vancouverites are very snobby. Well, I'm interviewing today on the streets of downtown Vancouver, and probably 1 out of every 5 people that I asked to interview want to be interviewed. So now, don't want to be interviewed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start asking them why they're being so snobby. So let's go. I wanted to ask you, why do you think it is that people say that Vancouverites are so snobby?
I have no idea. I'm not from Vancouver.
Where are you from?
From the States.
Okay, who's the president of the United States?
Obama,
Who runs Canada?
Stephen Harper.
So you're not going to let me interview you? Are American people snobby? Hello? Hi, can I ask you, why is it that people say Vancouverites are so snobby?
I don't know. I really
Speak to the camera. What's your name?
Michael.
Are you from Vancouver?
Not originally. I moved here from Edmonton.
Edmonton, are you a hockey fan?
No.
You're Canadian and you're not a hockey fan. You look like you're a very fit guy. Do you work out a lot in Vancouver?
I mean, I do some hiking and a little bit of occasionally work out in a gym. It's nothing. Like I'll try to keep active. I don't like obsessively work out, I guess.
Why do you think it is that Vancouverites are so attractive and fit?
You got mountains right next door. You can go hiking like from your backyard, so you can just casually do it. It's not something you need to actively think about sometimes, I guess.
Even with all the rain?
Even with all the rain, like it's still not too cold outside versus growing up in Edmonton prairie winters where it's blizzards minus 40 in February.
Okay.
So-
Do you ride bicycle?
No, not regularly. I don't.
So what do you think about the bike lanes?
I think it's a good thing to encourage active transportation and to encourage a more equitable mode share versus the current give cars all the space on the roads. Like there needs to be more priority for pedestrians, bikes, transit on all the roadways, in my opinion.
Okay, so do you think that the downtown east side should be relocated to Surrey?
No, I don't think we should be. The solution is not just going to be to import a problem. I don't know what the solution for the problems there is, but simply picking it up and making it somebody else's problem is not going to solve anything.
What's your main problem, an issue that you have with Vancouver right now?
Honestly, the lack of proper funding for the transit system, which has slowed the expansion to the point where the buses just they're shuffling resources, cutting one route to boost another one would be the big issue, I think.
So what would your biggest issue be with Gregory Robertson? Look in the camera right now and tell him what your biggest concern is.
Honestly, my biggest concern right now is ensuring that there is a proper funding for expansion of transit in the region.
Why is it that people say Vancouverites are so snobby?
We're not from here.
Where are you from?
Australia.
Are Australian people snobby?
No?
Would you like to answer a few questions?
About?
What's your favorite thing about Vancouver so far?
Everything. The weather, the city, you've got the park, you've got the city, you've got everything. So, yeah.
So if there's anything that you could, what's your best highlight of Vancouver so far?
Stanley Park, biking around maybe.
What's your favorite thing about Vancouver that you like?
Beautiful women.
Beautiful women. Well, you know what? They say that Vancouver has some of the most beautiful and fit people in the world. Why is it that you think that people in Vancouver are so fit?
A lot of fitness worlds around you. Well, Kevin Nash now, but yeah, there's a lot of fitness facilities. People be working out a lot. They like to stay in shape. So.
But there's a lot of fitness facilities in the U.S. too. But people tend to say that Americans are more overweight. Why is that?
Their food is cheaper, probably.
That is what a lot of people are telling me. Do you think that we're too lackadaisical on the marijuana laws?
Ooh, I'm gonna say nothing to that.
You like to smoke weed?
My wife will be watching and she won't like what I say, so.
Okay. Are you familiar with the downtown east side?
Yes, I am.
Do you think that it should be relocated to Surrey?
Oh, I don't know. Surrey has their own issues.